Dream Warriors, the fan favorite in a list of sequels to 1984's A Nightmare on Elm Street. Released in 1987, today we're going to take a look at the VHS copy I hold in my hand. I'm a big fan of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, and I'm slowly reviewing them all in order. I've reviewed the first two already, you can check those out. I saw this movie for the first time when I was 16, and I bought the DVD set used off of Amazon. Me and my brother binge-watched all of them over a weekend, and I fell in love with the entire franchise. The funny thing is when I bought that set, I had seen the original Nightmare on Elm Street and Freddy vs. Jason. Those were the only two I had seen so far. So let's go ahead and pop this tape in. Opens up with a beautiful media logo, and then it just gets right into the movie with the New Line Cinema logo. And we open up with a quote that's attributed to Edgar Allan Poe, but it's not actually known if he said this, wrote this, or anything. I really like that she's drinking Diet Coke for the caffeine. So let's go ahead and talk about the positives in this movie. First positive is the cast and characters. I'm not going to go down the whole list, but I'm going to talk about a few specific ones that obviously stand out to me. Heather Langenkamp and John Saxon return. That right there is an incredible positive. Just seeing their characters on screen in this universe again is awesome. Nancy is one of the best final girls from any horror movie, so to see her return is great. There is a negative to her return, but we'll get to that later. John Saxon doesn't have a lot of screen time, but it is impactful. Patricia Arquette is awesome in this movie, and she ends up being a great new final girl. Larry Fishburne, otherwise known as Lawrence Fishburne these days. A bit of a smaller role, but again, very impactful, does a great job, I like him. And moving back to Patricia Arquette real quick, I really like her as an actor in general. I'm a huge David Lynch fan, and she stars in the movie Lost Highway with Bill Pullman. Angelo Badalamenti does the score for that. And interesting enough, another one of my positives is that Angelo Badalamenti does the score for A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. And it's good. It's moody and it's dark. It's not quite what the first movie has going for it, but besides the first movie, it might be the best score in the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. The awesome kills and visual effects of those kills. The kills in this movie are some of the most iconic from the franchise, again, second only to the first one. The puppet kill is iconic. It's terrifying. It's hard to watch the tendons and veins being pulled out of this kid's arm. Freddy controlling him from the sky. It's just a terrifying image. The TV scene. This one has to be my favorite in the movie.
Can I ask you something?
Certainly.
Who gives a fuck what you think?
This would have been how I would have been killed in this movie. I would be that character. The syringe-fingered kill.
Let's get high.
I mean, that's pretty gruesome. I really like that one too. When Freddy turns into the giant slimy worm. Like, that is an insane puppet. It's amazing. Sometimes when you don't watch these movies for a while and you go back, you forget just that feeling of watching something really there on screen. Practical effects, man.
Oh my God.
This is the first appearance of Amanda Kruger, which is a very interesting character, and I really like what they did with her in this movie. She's kind of just a spooky nun until you know what's up, at least when you originally watched the movie. Now let's talk about a few of the negatives of this movie. Chuck Russell was the director of this movie. Wes Craven helped write, but he did not direct this movie. Chuck Russell took Wes Craven's script and was like, you know what? I think I should add some humor to this. That's why this movie's a little funnier. So if you want to blame anybody for Freddy's Dead, if you don't like that movie, blame Chuck Russell. He started this. And I actually don't mind the humor as it goes on. We have some serious ones, we have some funny ones. I get both vibes. I feel the same way about the Child's Play and Chucky movies. However, that is a very common criticism of some of the later Nightmare on Elm Street movies, and it all started here with Chuck Russell. Another negative, which you could say is even worse in the second movie, but I don't care. The rules are pretty muddy in this. Freddy just kind of possesses his skeleton and kills people, which why didn't he do that and escape from the trunk and go murder people if he knew he could do that? I mean, that seems like it'd be pretty useful. So it's just kind of weird, I don't know. But that's a little thing, that's a little gripe. A few of the kills are boring. Will's kill, like I mentioned before. John Saxon's death is very uneventful too. He's just like, oh, it's pretty. I killed you before, I'll do it again. And then he's shoved in and he just dies right then and there. And finally, the biggest negative of the movie, Nancy dies. She gets killed again and you're kind of just like, wait, did Nancy just die? Is that what just happened? All right. They thought they were ending the franchise here. At least Wes Craven did when he wrote the movie. You silly bitch. Anyway, I really love A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. It's either my third or fourth favorite movie with Freddy in it, if you're including Freddy vs. Jason. And before I give my rating of this movie, let's talk about the end of the tape. At the end of the tape, there's an also available trailer for the original Nightmare on Elm Street, followed shortly by a second trailer for the second Nightmare on Elm Street. And if you stick around long enough, you'll get the Dokken music video for Dream Warriors, which is pretty fun. Patricia Arquette and Robert Englund both reprised their roles for this music video, so it's pretty awesome. At the end of the music video, Freddy wakes up from a dream himself and says,
What a nightmare. Who were those guys?
and we are going to give it a 4 out of 5 hearts because I love it. Let me know what you think about A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. Comment below. And if you like this video, check out this playlist of Nightmare on Elm Street videos and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.